So here we go again. I promise you, I'm not trying to blow up your inbox today with videos and messages, but I'm just really thinking about some things today. Some of you who have been following my writing or know me for some years know that I was a pastor for a long time. It's one of those things where I thought I had found my finally found my forever career that I was going to keep doing until I retired. But I realized that that was not meant to be because there were some things that I witnessed that I just could not abide by. And they weren't extraordinary things, extraordinary injustices, but just the way that sometimes systems keep us from living as fully into ourselves as we could. And a lot of the structures, even though at some point they may have existed to serve some people, in the long run, a lot of these structures have not served anyone because the structures themselves become almost like deities or gods, and that we sacrifice the people on the altar of our systems and on the altars of our institutions. And I'm just not a fan of that. And so I could not participate in it, even when people had the best intentions. And I will be forthright and say that the social landscape of our country and the way that religion has kind of hijacked a lot of things, I, even in my progressive group, could not locate myself in the larger narrative that is the institutional church. And so I stepped out. One of the things that has come up for me recently is I've been thinking a lot about this DEI thing. And DEI is actually what led me into ministry, interestingly. And I won't go down the whole story. But earlier this week, or the end of last week, I was talking to someone about DEI. And I don't know why I didn't make the connection before, but I did that day. That DEI is the same letters to spell day, which means God. And in the Christian tradition, we teach that we are Imago Dei. That means that we are created in the image of God. And I found it interesting that DEI and Dei are the same letters, and that we were created in the image of DEI. For all of our variations and all the different ways that we show up as humans in the world, all things that include all the people, all the diversity, all the equity, all the inclusion is the image of God. And we have lost sight of that if we ever had it. And it's very interesting to me that in the American culture right now, we want to destroy the image of DEI, which is also destroying the image of DEI, which is day. And I think it's interesting. And I always find it curious when things like that line up in the universe, and even more curious when we don't pay attention to it. For example, MAGA. And yes, it's Make America Great Again. And some people get behind that for some reason I don't understand. But MAGA also in Japanese means confusion and distortion, and something to do with evil. Usually, if it's got that MAGA connected to it, it's an evil idea. MAGA Goto, I think it means evil things. And so, how interesting is that? Now, am I saying that people are MAGA are evil? I don't know them to know if they're evil. But what I do know is that they appear distorted and confused. And it's interesting that there's a word, MAGA in Japanese, that is meaning confused and distorted. And at the same time, we got MAGA going on in America, and that America is trying to get rid of DEI, and DEI is also the word for God. So it's like America's trying to get rid of the image of God. Is it possible? Is the world that interesting? I don't know, but it's interesting to me. And so I invite anyone who's paying attention. Hi, mediocre black women. It sounds weird to say mediocre black women when you're extraordinary, but that's what you call yourself. So I respect. um, Good to see you. Um, it's just interesting to me that we have had all these opportunities to live more fully into who we could be, and we choose every opportunity not to, and choose every opportunity not to pay attention. And I invite you to pay extraordinary attention to everything around you, because I'm of the mind that the universe is either joking with us and playing with us, or is not joking with us and not playing with us, and I'm not sure which. But just to think that we live in a place where we hate DEI and DEI also means God. Come on now. So I don't want to make this video extra lengthy. I already write long enough as it is, but I wanted to take advantage of this platform that we have to continue to encourage people to pay attention, to use your mind, to use your ability to fill your brain with new experiences and expand your hippocampus and not live from your amygdala, because too many of us are stuck in fight and flight and freeze and fawn and missing out on the joy of being human. And for those of us who too often find ourselves on the front lines trying to fight for justice, I would encourage you to rest. And then after you finish resting, build something dope. Build something that is so attractive that people say, "What are they doing over there?" And they start getting drawn away from it. Because, as I said in the previous video, waiting for people who are not qualified or authorized to tell us about ourselves or to validate us is a waste of energy that too many of us have done for way too long. And I, for one, will not be found doing that. I'll be found creating things, meeting cool people. I will be dropping family and friends who are not able to expand their horizons because life is short. And I'm going to use that energy to build relationships with new people who are willing to see beyond the institutional structures that have kept too many things in place way too long. So thanks for checking out this video and reading my post. I invite you to check out the allegory that I just completed yesterday. And I'm going to be writing some more things to invite us into greater relational capacity, imaginative capacity, and just getting more of us, because we've been giving ourselves and pouring ourselves out too long and getting nothing out of it. It's time to take a break and move on to new things. So, peace.